What's going on, people? This is Jonah Pibney back with another sports reaction, and I'm talking about Chicago Bears taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars in this Week 16 matchup. After defeating the Minnesota Vikings 33-27, the Bears turned their attentions onto the Jaguars, who once again coming off another loss and just not looking good for them. Now, of course, the Bears have a terrific chance of winning this game. The Jacksonville Jaguars have nothing to play for other than spoiler, but it don't even seem like they got a good enough team to be able to do that to this mighty Chicago Bears team who has had a resurgence on offense, and hopefully the defense can catch back up, and then the Bears will be just 100% straight going into the playoffs. But until then, the playoffs hit, the Bears have to take care of business. They have to take care of the Jacksonville Jaguars. And then after that, the season finale against the Green Bay Packers in Chicago. And on top of that, I can already see what the narrative is going to be. The return of Mike Glennon going against Mitchell Trubisky, the draft pick that replaced the guy that was supposed to be the guy in Chicago, even though I'm pretty sure no one in Chicago saw Mike Glennon as being any type of guy and thought that the Bears wasted tons of money on even getting this guy on the team in the first place. The narrative will also be the return of Nick Foles and also Allen Robinson. Going to talk about how Tyler Minshew replaced Nick Foles, even though, hey, it is what it is for him. And basically, like I said before, the return of Allen Robinson, and just saying how his career has been since he left the team, and are they going to be asking him a buttload of questions on, do we miss the team, do we miss the players, this and that. But Allen Robinson is doing a lot better in Chicago, and hopefully the Bears re-sign him so he can be a Chicago Bear basically throughout the rest of his career, because he definitely has earned it. But talking about the Chicago Bears, the team as a whole, they basically cannot afford to lose this game, because losing this game, that means it's over for the Bears in the playoffs. That is it. Basically almost time to clean house in terms of the coaches and try to rebuild the following season just based on how we finish at the end of the season. But basically what I'm saying is the Bears cannot afford to lose this game in a humiliating fashion, basically like what happened to the Rams versus the Jets. As good as this Bears offense has been over the past few weeks, still cannot afford to be going down 14 plus points, much like the Rams has done, because this Bears defense has not been playing well up to par as what we are used to. So this Bears team cannot afford to have one of those type of lapses where the defense literally can't stop anybody again, and the offense basically has to bail them out, and then the defense makes a few plays here and there in between. The Bears cannot afford to keep basically having that type of game, because eventually the offense will wind up fizzling out. And if this defense can't find a way to be able to put it together for 60 minutes, this Bears team will definitely have a tough time moving forward. So hopefully they can be able to get it back together and come back on par, and this Bears team can be exactly just one of the most dangerous teams in the NFL heading to the playoffs, like I said before. But I already do know what is going to be the main narrative surrounding our team, and that's mainly from the fans. Or rather, the Chicago Bears should have basically tanked the rest of the season and then just went ahead and went for the draft and try to do a quick fix in the draft. And with that, let me tell you something, Bear fans. What team do you know has ever been good after tanking? Not one team I've ever seen, and no matter what league it is, no matter what profession it is, never have I ever seen a team be good from tanking. Every team that tanked this season was always bad the following season. And guess what? They was bad the following season after that. Guess what, Bears fans? They was bad the following season after that. Do you want this team to turn into the Jags? Do you want this team to turn into the Jets, the Lions, what the Cardinals was for so long, what a lot of these teams was for so long, because they kept trying to tank? No, the Bears should not tank. The Bears should always try to go for the highest seed in the playoffs that they could possibly get, no matter if they're number 1 to number 6, even though this year is number 7. You should always try to thrive for the playoffs and then build with the available draft that is available there and also throughout free agency. That's how most teams have stayed on the top of the food chain, especially in the NFL, for the longest. So hopefully you Bears fans get that through your head that the Bears should not tank, because every team that has done it has never been a good team overall. If you can point out a team to me that has tanked for years and all of a sudden wind up winning a championship or having a winning record, then please let me know, because I have never heard of that. It was once the team stopped tanking and actually started trying to build around the core that they have and try to build around it even more, and just every year put in the right pieces to a point that now you have a winning foundation. Those are the teams that win for a long period of time. Longevity of constantly putting together the right pieces to sustain your team. But that's enough of that right now. I'm going to get back to that in a little bit. But right now, on to the predictions. Right now, the Bears' offense is on point. We just need the defense to get on point. But with this offense still trending up, I'm predicting the Bears to put up at least 27 points in this game, and the defense do fall back into place in this game, and the Bears win this game 27-14. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if the Bears defense just so happened to give up a few fluky plays. It's the second prediction, and the Bears win the game 27-20. But those are my predictions for the game. That's what I have the Bears doing. But back to you piss poor ass Bear fans. So for my piss poor excuse of a Bear fan, please get that through y'all head. It will never be a good thing. It has never been a good thing. And every team that has ever thought that was a good thing has failed tremendously. So get that through y'all head. So for my real Bear fans, just tell me what you think about the narrative of, even after defeating the Minnesota Vikings, of a lot of Bear fans saying that the Bears should basically tank the season and just call it quits and just call it a day. Just literally tell me what you think about those type of Bear fans. And on that note, all right, people, this is Jonah Pittman back with another sports reaction, doing a video on our Chicago Bears versus the Jacksonville Jaguars in this Week 16 matchup. All right, people, peace out.